Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop, where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion, that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. AARP, join us in making a difference.
The city of Lancaster was founded in 1729. The next year, King George II of England declared that Lancaster will be a market town. The current building dates to 1889. The Library of Congress considers Lancaster Central Market the oldest continuously running public farmers market in the country. In today's episode of Food Without Borders, we enter the spice trade inside this historic market. Hello, Omar.
Hi,
so good to see you.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
We've known each other a long time, but I'm now an ambassador for AARP.
Yes, go on.
In today's episode of Food Without Borders, we meet Chef Omar, who opened his market stand in 1991, shortly after moving to Lancaster. Born in Palestine, Omar and his family emigrated to Pennsylvania when he was a teenager to avoid conflict in the Middle East. His market stand is a favorite destination of both tourists and residents alike. There he sells a variety of foods, all made by hand by himself and his wife Nadia in their home. What is the secret to Omar's delicious food? It turns out to be a flavoring called za'atar, an exotic spice made of Jerusalem thyme and a variety of other flavorings. I had the opportunity to visit Palestine in 2019. There I discovered pyramids of za'atar, stacked in open-air markets, available in all the different varieties of za'atar. Each country has its own way of flavoring its za'atar.
Yes, za'atar is Jerusalem thyme, grows
Jerusalem
wild.
thyme.
Yes,
So it's an actual herb.
it's a natural herb, it's thyme, yeah. And then they toast that, they lightly toast it after they dry it. And then they add sesame seed to it. Some recipes, that's the authentic recipe, just thyme and sesame. Some, they add a little bit of sumac to it. Sumac is a spice, lemon spice, and they like to add that. And then there is Syrian, there is Lebanese, there is Turkish version of za'atar. Because Syrian Lebanese, they like it a little bit toasted more. They change the color of it to be like a light brownish, and they add more lemon to it, but they still have the green. They grow it there too. Turkey and Lebanon and so on.
Sure.
But
So what dishes do you import your za'atar?
it's a company, Palestinian company in Chicago.
Okay. One of Omar's most popular dishes that uses a lot of za'atar is called Palestinian Pizza or thyme pie. This savory, crusted flatbread pizza can be made easily at home using your favorite dough recipe. Nadia will show us how. Here you see Nadia removing the raised rolls of dough from the wax paper where they were left to rise and putting them on a baking sheet in preparation for going through the dough press. The dough press is a machine that presses the dough down into that desired pizza crust thickness. If you don't have a dough press at home, Chef Omar recommends using a rolling pin. Put the dough on wax paper, roll it out flat to shape a pizza-size pie. Once you have the pizza pie, then you can coat it with the olive oil and the za'atar paste, as Nadi will show us.
Now I'm just going to make the time pie.
Nadia takes the flattened dough in the shape of a pizza and then coats it carefully with a brush with olive oil. Notice she covers every aspect of the circle to ensure that there's a consistent baking and flavor that will penetrate through when the za'atar paste is put on top. The za'atar paste is simply a mixture of the dry spice with olive oil to make a liquid mixture like what you see her spreading onto the pie shape. Once that is evenly spread across, she will put that in the oven and bake for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. You can make your dough yourself, or you can use a purchased flatbread, commonly available in the grocery store, to add flavor. To make Omar's thyme pie, gather your za'atar, probably from a Middle Eastern grocery store, or if you're fortunate to live in an area with Palestinian refugees, you may find it at the corner deli. You mix the za'atar with olive oil in a cup to make a paste. Then you spread that paste on top of the flatbread before baking in the oven. Omar, what do you have there for us?
We have the thyme pie, and we made it especially for you this morning. So it's very.
Is there another name for the thyme pie?
Well, it's called Palestinian Pizza, and there are a couple versions of that. You make it either with instead of thyme, you could put eggs and bake that in the oven, there's quite a few versions of that you can make it. But the famous one is the thyme pie. That's top of the line, So.
And do you prepare your own za'atar?
No, that comes from the Holy Land. Yeah, so it's a special Palestinian za'atar. So that's a lot of work,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and they have the stuff down there, So they make it and they bring it to us, nice and ready, So
How much za'atar do you think you go through in a year?
Between 25 to 50 pounds.
And if somebody needed to find za'atar at home, where could they go to find za'atar?
Well, probably they come to market, or they could go to online, or to go to a Middle Eastern,
A Middle Eastern
store, whatever. Probably where it's a community. Our community here is small, so. Like Philadelphia, New Jersey, Clifton, Easton.
Omar's unique stand has been featured in multiple editions of the Lancaster Central Market Cookbook. In the 2015 edition, which he's showing us there's a whole page devoted to Omar and Saife's Middle Eastern food, explaining his family's history, setting up the stand in the Gulf War, where he needed a source of income. Despite his degree being in urban planning, he'd grown up watching his father as a chef who taught him how to cook. So Omar and his wife Nadia drew on their love of food and began making the dishes they knew and cherished. As we've seen, they still prepare what they sell. Our first customer was Big Bill. He bought a baklava. Bill disposes of empty boxes around market, sweeps the aisles, and helps carry things, and he wanted to help us. It was such a small thing, but so touching. A lot of our customers, like Bill, have become our friends. We're like a big family here. We stand by each other, whether things are good or bad.
When my family came, it was the Gulf War is happening. So
This was a safe place.
it's, well, it's safe for my family because I was here before. So the media, TV, newspapers, everything is about the war in the Gulf, in Kuwait, and and blah blah blah.
Right.
So my brother and two brothers, they were here at the market. I was at the restaurant, and so the media is always here every day. They're here, so the publicity it was tremendous. Unbelievable advertisement, free advertisement. So everybody comes
Everybody's
in.
interested in learning more about Middle Eastern food.
Yeah, everybody want to know,
Interesting.
want to talk to them about the war there, how you come here, why, and
Sure.
and so they just want to buy anything, so they can talk to them, and so
Interesting.
so, yeah, that's
that was
how-
a benefit to you.
yeah, it did benefit us a lot because we can keep up making the food.
Yeah. Right.
As fast we make it, it goes as fast too. So keep us moving the whole time, and that's why it becomes very popular.
A highlight of Omar's long tenure at Lancaster Central Market was meeting Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala Yousafzai when she visited Lancaster in 2017. Awarded the prize in 2014 at the age of 17, she travels the world now, helping folks understand the need for education for women and girls as a means out of poverty. Her visit to Lancaster included a stop by Omar's stand. As you can imagine, they had much to talk about. Omar's journey along the spice trade is not unique, but a good example of how the trade and commerce of spices and herbs has helped fuel modern civilization for many, many years. We're grateful for the insight of how to use za'atar, which very few Lancastrians knew how to use before he opened his stand. What have you learned in the 33 years you've been here at Central Market?
It's been a very wonderful trip. Through the years, we've been making all the food and healthy food, and people know how healthy it is because we do not add any additive to it. So
It's all natural ingredients.
it's all natural ingredient
And made by hand.
and made by my hand and Nadia's hand. Yeah. So through the years, I have you as a family. You and your daughter, your husband. So you are one of the close friends for us here, and it's been a wonderful journey. So it's nice to have that. The market is like a big family, and that's what's nice about it, and it is really a good feeling. For me, when I come to market, this is my leisure time. I work in home, do so much work, blah blah, and to Nadia, I am in the market. This is my fun time. I drink my coffee, my tea, I talk to people. This is my
See your customers.
see my customers and friends, and
Right.
this is my fun time.
It's a community. It really
Yes,
is a
and
true
it's not a
community.
walk. This is my time off.
And that's one of the things we're trying to prove through Food Without Borders, that when you understand how people eat and the diversity of all the choices we have, it helps you better understand where different people come from.
Yes,
It's very amazing. The first day we opened the market here, we have an older man. He's a handicap, and this story touched my heart every time. And he usually helped carrying the stuff in the market.
Right.
You know, we call him shoveling Bill.
Yes,
Because
yes.
he's a big guy and he's like a little bit off, you know. And so he was our first customer.
I love that story. That's in the book too.
Yeah, and
He helped get you started.
yes, I mean for that guy he get quarter, he 50 cent there, whatever, to come in to be the first customer, and then he bought a baklava, 75 cents, and he was the first customer.
That's awesome. That's
And it's just amazing, you know. I still, it's just beautiful, you know. Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on Food Without Borders. We hope you enjoyed your time learning about za'atar and baba ganoush and Jerusalem pie. What an opportunity to travel the world with friends like Omar.
Thank you very much.
Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.